Hi, my name is Daniel Midenaika, and I'm from North East London. I've just finished up my first year at Harvard College.
Hi, I'm Connor Rice, I'm from Derby and I've just finished my first year too. We're about to make a little film about the admissions process to Harvard.
Initially, what I thought was going to be a really terrifying experience turned out to be really positive. Connor, why did you apply?
I applied for a whole number of reasons. I mean, the main one is something everyone knows, is the amazing world-class teachers there at Harvard all over campus. And for me personally, the financial aid system at Harvard, which is a need-based scholarship system, is beyond incredible. It makes it financially accessible for students like me.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I was also really intrigued by Harvard's diverse international community. I think about 1 in 10 students come from countries around the world. Okay, so initially when you start applying to American universities, you're going to have to do one of 2 standardized tests. One is known as the ACT and the other is known as the SAT.
Yeah, these are quite different from the GCSEs and the A-levels you already have taken. They're both multiple choice exams covering reading, writing and mathematics. Now you can take either of the exams, they're both totally fine. What we will say is have a look at a couple of past papers online and you'll probably see which one's more geared towards you.
For sure. Like when I was applying to American universities, I checked out the ACT website and the SAT website since they both had a lot of free past papers online.
Yeah, and if you're like me and very soon on you run out of those, a quick Google search will find you plenty of books for both the ACT and the SAT with many more exercises.
So if you're looking for ACT website materials, you can check out the link over here.
And for SAT, this link here.
So another aspect of applying to American universities involves a personal essay, in which your main goal is to get your voice across.
Yeah, so this is very different to the UK system. As I'm sure you know through UCAS, the personal statements are all geared towards the subject you've already chosen to take. In America, it's very different and it's all about you as a person. The admissions officers really want to see who is behind the essay as a person.
Yeah, so for example, I wrote about the time when I convinced my mum to get me my pet cat Bubbles.
Yeah, and I wrote about a time when my older brother was ill and my father was away at work and I had to look after him.
It's just a really lovely opportunity for the admissions committee to really know who you are as a person. And the main takeaway is that only you can write this essay.
Yeah. The second part of the essay writing process focuses more on extracurricular activities outside the classroom. Again, this is something which is very different to the UK, and I think it's something that benefited us both really well.
Yeah, we both did a lot outside of the classroom growing up, and it really counted for the American admissions process. I did a lot of public speaking, I played 5 instruments, and I also founded my own political art club.
Yeah, so I played a lot of instruments too. I loved playing sports, and I was even on TV a couple of times when I was a child.
There's also another aspect to the application process which involves your teachers and them giving a report on you as a student. And again, this is a great opportunity to show not only your excellence within the classroom, but also outside of the classroom. My art teacher wrote my reference, and like I said, I set up this art club, so she was able to give her input on how I'd done that.
Yeah, the teachers are able to grade you on a scale all the way up to the best student they've ever had in their whole career. So it gives you a really good opportunity to choose a couple of teachers that you think can see that in you. That's why I chose my biology teacher. I knew she saw potential in me, which I found really encouraging. So everyone in the UK will be offered an interview. This is very different from the interview you might be offered at a UK university. So these are carried out by alumni of the college, and these are people who attended Harvard University in the past. No admissions officers and no teachers.
Yeah, and what's really great is that regardless of where you live in the UK, you'll always be given the chance to come to interview, unlike some UK universities. If you do live in a more remote location, you might be asked to travel into a bigger city just for your interview.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, I was from Derby. My interview was in Manchester, so a little bit to travel, but it was still really nice to have the opportunity to be able to go and have an interview. 3 things they're looking out for are, would you be a good classmate? Would you even be a good roommate? And what can you offer to the university?
Yeah, I also did a little bit of travelling. I moved from East London and I went on the tube to West London. Not the same as what Connor had to do, but still a little bit of movement there. We met at a Pret-a-Manger cafe and we had coffee and talked about everything I liked, from books that I like to read to what I want to do when I'm older, and also what drives me as a person. And I really enjoyed this interview because it was unlike anything else that I've experienced. I managed to really get to know my interviewer as well as him getting to know who I was as a person.
Yeah, mine was really similar. It was in a little Italian cafe in Manchester. It was really informal. I think we talked for a little over an hour. The conversation was all about me and what I was into. She even asked me what my hopes and dreams were. It was really sweet and far less stressful than I could ever have imagined.
So now that we've broken down the technicalities of applying, we thought we'd share some of the highlights of our freshman year.
Yeah, so a few standout moments for me. I'm now really interested in studying economics, which is something I wouldn't have dreamed about doing in the UK. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to do it. I've just been elected as the secretary of the Harvard College British Club, which is a great club on campus. It's all about organising events and parties for British students. These include big screenings of British events, sports, things like that. Another standout moment would be that my professor of my freshman seminar class, she was working at CERN at the Large Hadron Collider, and she was even involved in the discovery of the Higgs boson.
Wow, that's so cool. I similarly really enjoyed the academic experience in that I was able to go from my Mandarin Chinese class straight to my mechanical engineering class, and I just loved that variety of stuff that I was learning. I also really enjoyed working for Gungru, which is the largest student-run production at Harvard, and very much focused on South Asian themes and dancing. And for them, I was set designing, so I created this huge peacock that was center stage, and I really just loved it. And I've also loved the travel opportunities that I've had. I just finished up 2 months of voluntary service in a Brazilian favela working with kids, and I'm about to go off to China to do almost the same thing, teaching high schoolers a seminar about empathy. So I'm really grateful for those travel opportunities that I really don't think I would have had anywhere else.
Yeah, that's amazing. So now you've heard about the application process, about our experiences. If you want any more information, follow the website below.